What time is it now?
What time is it now?
It's like 5 p.m., so 3 hours.
God damn it. I can't wait that long, baby.
Well, she says, give me another seduction by half, and then the bathroom becomes the option.
Yes.
I can't either, she says.
Right.
Right.
We'll be back in about 3 hours.
No problem. It shows the bar, and in between songs, you hear like a low moan, and people are like, hmm? And then you just hear this. Everybody in the bar's like, and it goes on. Give me an endurance roll, Kinley. It goes on and on and on. And pretty soon, people are just like terrified. And some of the bikers are like looking at the watches and stuff, going. And after about an hour and shit, you hear a lot of screaming and shit. And finally, Kinley comes out. He looks like, yeah. And everybody's like,
Wake up.
she ain't gonna walk right for a week.
That's like,
Oh dear.
a very unsteady waitress is trying to get out of the bathroom. She's like, thank you for helping me clean the bathroom, she says, completely not fooling anybody in the restaurant. Some of the guys begin applauding, and others are scowling at them. The other women hurry over to her and take her into the back, possibly to render aid, possibly to interrogate.
Yeah. Right. Sandman come yet?
That was the longest wait you've ever had for. It's like hump death, hump death.
there's just like a ton of ice creams, like empty ice cream bowls, as I'm nervous eating.
Okay.
waiting.
It's like 15 splits, like
Yeah.
fucking empty.
Apparently, he is a sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't. Yeah.
I didn't see him. Maybe he went away, or maybe he's just standing there waiting. I don't know.
So what's the horn thing anyway? I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about.
You have the
that-
horn.
Every time he appears, always somebody seems to be in their car, and their head just hits the steering wheel horn, and that's the sound that he's here. I don't know.
Does he always appear in the car or close?
No, he's outside.
Right.
When he walks by someone who's always in their car for some reason.
People are always driving up and down the streets.
Yeah.
True. Well, so what do you want to do? What are you thinking? You want
Well,
to
I think we can do a sneaky sneak and go all the way east through the forest, come out the other side of the forest, go to the hitching post, and go to Old West Burlington.
Okay, sounds
that
good.
way we don't need to go through Main Street.
Good plan. And also it means we don't have to travel, which is a pretty good idea, because to do that, both of us would have to go into the toilets, and then everyone's going to think you're going to get it for an hour.
God.
It's not the worst thing that's happened.
Guard.
Ooh, Raslin's Riches.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, and another trend.
Accounting, appraisal, bargain, bureaucracy, law, streetwise. What do I not have below 60?
Logan, can you put us on the other map?
Yep.
Accounting, I could do. Appraisal. Appraisal's over 60. Bureaucracy is 40. I think I'm going to do that. Bargain's over 60.
You see, several of the waitresses are kind of like going.
I'm going to take my training time.
Adjusting their hair.
Give it to you. Give it to you. Give it to you. Not you.
Wow.
Love it. All right.
Yeah.
We're not going to want fancy flying, are we? No, I can't get rid of that.
Probably
You
not.
can never tell.
Yeah.
I'll keep it for now. Right. Okay, let's do our sneaky.
Alright, so we'll go to the car, Logan, and we're gonna loop around the eastern forest, come out the western forest.
Okay, there's a little bit of an issue with that, but here, let me talk you through it. You drive east of the roadhouse and you come to a big turnaround area, nice gentle turnaround area. And it looks like if you want to jump the curve and go through the forest, you'll probably high center the car. But you can try it if you want to make a drive roll at half.
Wait, what do you mean high center?
That's when the middle of the car gets stuck on something and the wheels can't get enough grip to drag it off of it. Or it does drag it off of it and takes something useful like your oil pan or whatever.
Well, we can walk if we have to.
Well, walking's easier, but if you're outside of the car, then you are vulnerable to death.
Alright, let's go half the
Death!
Okay?
Yeah, made it.
Fuck your forest, says Freddy. This car has no seatbelts in it, Matt. And you're driving through a forest that looks exactly like the picture I've already shown you. Both of you guys have got your space-time distortion maxed out.
Yeah.
Eventually, you drive through the forest and you come to a turnaround area, and he goes, and sparks are coming off, and he's like,
and
then you get back to West Main Street that has these scary trees and stuff, and give me spot hidden rolls.
Spot hidden.
Yeah,
off.
There's a couple of crashed cars, but you do see everybody's walking around and stuff, possibly because you've literally spent so long listening to Kinley hump that people woke back up.
Oh, thank fuck.
Now, if you want to go down the small path, I'm going to need another driving roll at half because it's literally a footpath and you're saying, I don't care, I'm taking the car. Fuck your trees!
Fuck that car, I don't care who it is.
Yeah, that's the best thing about driving somebody else's car. Right, he's just mowing over small trees and there's rocks and shit hitting things and you can hear the car getting smashed apart. And he drives you over to a very strange looking thing that is in a clearing within the forest and it looks like this. Except it's glowing faintly. Who knows what evil device that is?
Hitching post.
Yeah, that would probably be it.
So I'm just playing my training time real quick. Gotta check in.
Yeah, I'll flip you back to the other page so you can.
No, I've done that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Sure, let's go with this. Why not? Cool. Alright, Henry, this is the hitching post. When you touch it, will be teleported to Old West, so follow me.
Is it a two-way?
Yeah, no, one way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go and touch the post.
He disappears.
Yeah. I go home. I go touch the post.
You disappear. Right. You guys are, well, actually, as far as you can tell, nothing happened except Freddy reappears and you guys are both touching the post, which is no longer glowing.
Cool.
Everything else looks exactly the same. The clearing, etc. Oh, the car's disappeared.
Yeah.
So this is what you're talking about being that this is the next kind of level.
Yeah, this is like the next level. So we believe there's more than one, obviously, but we haven't found the others. We don't know where they are. Well, we haven't looked everywhere as well, so.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We will walk to. Let's go to West Main Street and then we turn off to the saloon.
Question: have you ever experienced the Sandman here?
No.
He looks a lot more relaxed and stuff. Although, he's got a stomach ache for some reason. You guys head down West Main Street, same kind of spooky trees. You're on dirt roads now as opposed to pave. And after the trees, then there's a turnoff to the left that looks to be a cemetery, and a turnoff to the right that is the Bobcat Saloon.
Go Bobcats.
Okay.
Right, let's
okay.
go and see what's in there that I can talk.
As we're walking, I'm going to say, if this is the same as every other time we've been here, we're going to meet a young guy who thinks he owns the place, and if you try to start something, he may shoot you, just so you're aware.
Now,
start something.
You'll see.
A bit further on, this is what the town looked like, lower right. Not the exact businesses, just what the flavor is. And you guys go in. It's the kind of place where people like to come to kick back after a long day of cattle rustling. And you guys head on in there. They've got like one of the rinky-dink pianos. Ding, 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 ding. And yeah, it looks like there's a lot of people in the saloon. There's drinking. It looks like there's some gambling going on. Freddie points out the young man who you can see the picture of, and the young guy goes, "Who do you think you are?" to the faro dealer. He's berating him over in the corner. And yeah, it pretty much fits in with the entitled, spoiled thing that you thought. Give me 1860s Burlington lore.
God damn it. Yes.
This kid's name is Ephraim Watts. I'll copy paste it for you. He is part of the Watts clan. They're rich cattle people, and they have a homestead on the Bar T Ranch to the south of the town. Because you know shit. You don't fucking have any idea how you know this shit, but yeah. And the guy's like, "You better start dealing right."
Oh dear.
What are you guys wanting to do?
I just sit at the bar and watch. I don't know what anyone to do, but
I know good enough to know from actual real life experiences you'd never, ever, ever approach a gambling game. Unless you want trouble.
Yeah.
Or you want to sit in.
We experienced that firsthand.
Yeah. What do you say to me? You can't talk that way to a Watts. The kid pulls out a pistol and shoots the faro dealer, who slumps over dead. Ephraim is holding his Colt Navy and looking wide-eyed and pale. The saloon goes silent. What do you guys do?
Risky.
The bartender's like, huh?
Good shot, Mr. Watts. That'll teach him.
Some of the people are looking at Freddie like, "You son of a bitch." And others are like, "He just shot old Tom. Let's string up that no-good rattler." "Yeah, and this one too," says somebody else, pointing at Freddie. Kinley starts laughing.
I finished my drink and I run out the bar.
All right. He runs away immediately.
Get him, boys!
Several people go chasing after Freddie. And also you see, it looks like these 5 guys here are working on getting the Watts kid out of here. That's what they look like. They've got pistols and stuff. "Freddie, give me a sprint roll. You are currently running away from a crowd of people who are yelling, 'Lynch him.'"
That didn't take long.
Freddie's running pretty good. Let's see how the crowd's doing out of curiosity. They fucking catch you, and
Oh, wow.
they're going to go
Jesus
into they're going
Christ.
into fucking standard combat with Freddy. All right, here we go. The expression on Freddy's face. How the fuck did this happen? You know, it was fine until you did that, and then he said that other thing, and then it all went to shit.
Now I know stuff.
Now you know stuff. Heroes are first and have a chance of getting knocked down if they take any damage. They're right there. Pretty much they've caught up to you, and some have passed you, and they're going to be grabbing you this round.
Run.
You tried that. They seem to be faster than you.
I'll outrun them.
They are the grandparents and great grandparents of Usain Bolt. You can hear Kinley still laughing in the background. Give me an amazingly good sprint roll, or actually, no, not a sprint. Give me a maneuver roll as they've surrounded you and you're trying to get out of their thing. All right, no problem. You're trying to keep away. I'm going to attack all of them as a mass because individually they're not all that. What?
I'm playing my haste, and I'm gonna sprint again.
Wow.
You can only move once around, sir.
Oh, is that? I
Always.
thought it was just maneuver.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you were just getting around. Sure, go ahead and give me a sprint roll. They will try to sprint after you if you make it, assuming you make it. You're really good at running.
Slippery bugger.
Yeah.
I made my.
Oh, you barely made it. Hey,
If they crit again.
they don't crit again, but they are running after you, going, there he is, I'll see him, get him. And the other guys are taking the guy who murdered the other dude out the back door, and you hear horses and stuff like that. And Freddy, you hear horses coming after you. You are thinking, even if you're getting really amazing sprint rolls, that you are not faster than horses.
How did they get on the horses so quick?
Oh, no, not these guys. These guys are just on foot. You're starting to lose them. Back behind them is some assholes on horses.
Right, okay.
Because on Western places, there's always guys waiting on horses.
Mm-hmm. That is part of the Old West.
That's their job.
Yep. And we go next round as Freddy runs with his eyes wide with fear. Gnashing your teeth is approved. Heroes are first. You're sitting, yeah, go ahead and take a card. You gnash your teeth. Some guy's wandering around with a noose going, we'll get one of them. And Freddy, now is your big chance to get more distance so that you can try to evade these guys.
Yeah, I'll take the
Do you want me to keep the party escape?
All right, no problem here. Like, it wouldn't be so bad, but you're still in these fucking leather shoes, and they're like, which way do you go? Slap, slap, slap. That way. And right, so you are starting to lose them, and Matt's already done his thing. Next round, villains are first. They try to catch up some. Oh yeah, they're hanging in there. These guys are hobbyists at sprinting, but by God, they're hanging in there. What a fucking life you're thinking as you run up. And let's see, nothing good's approved. Go ahead and give me a either sprinting or you can try stealth. You're not sure.
Well, you said they're right behind me, right?
Well, they're starting to fall back. Stealth might be a bit premature, but another running roll should definitely get you
I'll
enough
do one
ground.
more run and then stealth.
All right.
Crit.
Yeah.
That helps out a lot. Next round, you should be good for the stealth, assuming that they don't crit their thing. Heroes are first. Blowing kisses is approved. You see one of the soiled doves is like with her fan. She's like, ooh.
Oh no, not you. The guy with the hangman noose.
He goes, right, and go ahead and Freddy. Oh, right, Freddy fucking throws himself into a bush. He becomes the bush. And they all go running by, and they try to notice Freddy. No. Couple guys on
kid out.
couple guys on horses go galloping by. They don't fucking notice Freddy, but you do hear one saying to the other, I was wondering why we had to sit on these things all day. And everyone's like, yeah, see? Right.
Oh, since I'm staying perfectly still, it's a good opportunity to use my freeze fade.
That's a
Yes.
perfect opportunity.
I disappear.
No problem. Yeah.
It's a really helpful ability I have that I never use. I don't know why. Always forget about it.
Yep. No problem. Yeah. They search around and shit, and eventually everybody comes back and they're like, damn, Watt's got to pay. And the sheriff's in there going, now just calm down. Justice will be served. And they're like, oh, we know you're too scared to go up to the Watts place and get him and all that. Plus, he's got all those men. And you're like, well, I'll go make a wanted poster or something. And he storms off. He looks like he's kind of a fat, fairly incompetent sheriff.
Where is this? Is outside the saloon?
I know, it's in the saloon. He went in the saloon and because they're working on getting the body out.
I said, Freddy, come back. We've got a mission.
Freddy, give me a listen roll to quarter. You are quite a ways away. I mean, he's got a set of fucking lungs on him, but you are a long way away. And as long as you don't move, you're good for the next hour.
No, I didn't make it.
Now. Cool. You chose Freddy.
Next hour, you say. Come here, waitresses.
Give me a seduction roll. Well, they are soiled doves, if you know what I mean. Yeah, of course you can rent whichever one you want. They'll bill it to the bed and breakfast.
All of you.
Give me a sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex endurance roll, and
it's good.
Yeah, you finish quickly and are bored. You're like, I got whiskey dick now. You know, I mean, you were fine for the first one or maybe even two, but after that, it's done.
It's only so much loving.
Yeah, if you'd gotten a critical and fucking managed to please all of them, that would be something to write home about. But as it is, you never actually see Freddy again. He never stopped running.
I'm gonna like stealth over back to the saloon and wait for him like across the street, basically. Just.
Oh, okay. I know where you're at because I remember what's across the street from the saloon.
Yeah.
Okay, Kinley. As I was saying, he never ever comes back. What do you do?
I've never been to this place. I finish up. I get another bottle of whiskey. I think I'll go for a stroll down the street.
No problem. Now here's the problem. You see Kinley come out with a bottle of whiskey because, of course, and there's other cowboys around. In fact, you see a couple of them sitting on horses, and they look familiar. And they're like, howdy, Kinley. That's a fine robe you have, sir. Do you mind blessing our horses?
Oh, I'm not a priest. I'm an undertaker.
Oh.
I can make you up, though, if you like.
No, we're fine.
Okay.
We just have to sit on these horses in case there's a chase. And there's other people around, talking and stuff like that. So the problem is that Kinley's now heading into town to go and see what's up.
I'm going to follow him perpendicularly.
Give me a stealth roll. And Kinley, what's your spot?
My spot is 92.
Wow. Roll a 50 or less, Kinley, to notice him because nobody else is noticing him, but Kinley might because his stealth matches yours, or his spot matches your stealth exactly.
Yep.
So it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, there he is.
He goes, he just stops and looks at you. Nobody else has noticed him. There are people walking around and stuff like that.
Let me get my... have to disguise him somehow.
Yeah, you don't have any stuff on you, do you?
Yeah. No. Bushes. Twigs. Stuff.
Give me a disguise roll at half to use mud, twigs, and all that to try to disguise him as something that looks not like a dryad.
Why not?
Okay, if you want to go for Dryad, I'll give it to you at full.
No, I'll try and do like the kind of like do his hair differently. Maybe stick on some fucking. I went barbershop. Can we go get some old hair that I can stick on and
The barbershop's at Clem's, actually.
Oh yeah, let's go and get some old hair from barbershops and then go.
It's closed, and the door is currently locked because it's nighttime. You guys have been drinking and fucking. No problem. Right. Give me a strength roll to hold the horse still because you have nothing to shave it with, so you're pulling off some of the hair. And the horse is trying to fucking resist or kick you or something, but I think you're strong enough to just say, no, you're staying put.
Oh my god.
You can hear he's over there fucking pulling out chunks of hair off of a screaming horse and laughing his ass off.
Right.
Okay.
Now it's time to make this.
You've never heard a horse cry before.
I give him one of those big beards, like.
Yeah. No problem. Give me a disguise roll at negative at half or negative 30, whichever. Just match the disguise button. You're using oh my Christ, it is a fuck. And they use a different actor for him during the scenes. It's some guy in a big porn stash. He looks completely different.
You'll have to be my. I'll do the Oriental big long. Thin.
Do you want to make him into an Oriental guy?
Yeah, be my manservant.
All right. He is holding your whiskey, so that all checks out. He just sits there and giggles at you over the entire time. But yeah, is your character actually fluent in Mandarin?
No. I can speak it a little bit.
Give me a Mandarin roll to pull off the accent correctly. Otherwise, you could try mimicry if you'd rather. Wow, he is doing the most over-the-top racist accent you've ever heard.
You can tell me.
Right. So, where to?
We probably need to get some sleep now. It's not pretty late. Unless you want to visit Mr. Watts.
Well, sorry, literally wiping tears out my eyes. No, I think we should maybe do that in. Well,
I think as the town resets.
Yes.
So everything goes back to normal tomorrow.
Let us deal with this now, because you're right. We go see the sheriff.
Right, where's that horse that you ran out of?
It's bleeding over there. There's just some blood coming off of it. It's just sitting there and shaking, and it is trying to pull its fucking lead free, and it keeps looking at Kinley like he may come back. It's missing at least half of its tail, which you're wearing. This sets Kinley up again. This is the kind of thing that Peter would definitely fucking try to kill him for, and a lot of people would probably join in. But it should keep you from getting killed.
Is there another horse we can use?
Yeah, there's various horses here and there. Of course, you're not sure what happens if you steal a man's horse in the Old West.
Okay.
All right.
A Chinese guy stealing my horse.
Oh, yeah. Give me law rolls to know what the normal penalty was.
Kicking and death, I guess.
Yeah, I made my law.
Kicking and death sounds good to you, but Freddie, you're thinking lynching, which you almost got earlier, so you'd be back in the same boat, and you'd have to mutilate another horse to disguise you in a different way.
Been there, done that. I'll grab the horse.
All right. He goes over and grabs a horse.
All right.
The horse looks absolutely fucking perplexed. It's like smelling you and trying to figure out why you're not a horse.
Calm it down before I get on it.
Sure, give me an animal handling horse. He slaps it around and tells it who's boss. My God, the horse looks fucking like the horse is looking at him like I'm totally gonna fucking throw you into a fence.
The horse is defective. I gotta find another one.
All right. The horse is looking a bit skittish because can smell other horses on you.
Why are you actually looking for horse?
Do you want to go there on foot?
Don't you want to go and see the sheriff first and find out what's
The
going on?
sheriff?
The one in this town.
Oh, I thought we were going straight to Mr. Watts.
I thought
Okay.
find out what's all going on. Find out.
Okay. We'll go to the quote-unquote police station.
No problem. You go over to the police station now. Looks like a sheriff's office type thing. You head over there, and the sheriff is currently arguing with a couple of guys. You guys recognize the people, although they're now dressed in the Old West as opposed to 1950s. One of them is the bank manager, and the other one's some guy named Mr. Farnsworth. Mr. Alexander's the bank manager, and they're trying to explain how important the Watts are to town and how look, Melville Watts is a power in this town. He's not going to stand for the arresting of his son, or let alone his hanging and such. You're going to have to let this drop, Sheriff. And the sheriff's like, I hear you, but I can't do that. Well, who's going to go get him? It's not going to be you, Sheriff. He looks at the sheriff's gun, and the sheriff kind of sucks it in a bit defensively, and he says, he's broken the law. He killed old Tom. Justice has to be served. Sheriff, having the Watts men tearing up the town, he has a lot of men on his ranch. It's not going to serve anyone well. There must be 30, 40 men on that ranch. All of them are armed to the teeth. And the sheriff's like, oh, he kind of deflates a bit, and the men are like, I thought you'd see it our way, Sheriff. Just let this one go. I'm sure he's not going to kill more people, says the sheriff. The sheriff goes and dejectedly sits down as the two men leave, and the sheriff mutters, well, maybe the Rangers will show up.
Rangers!
What? Says the sheriff, looking over.
We don't know. We think we saw some outside.
Oh.
Where's the Watts boy?
Are you part of his ranch?
We're freelancers.
What do you... I don't understand.
Nor do I.
Wait a minute. What's that Chinaman doing in my office?
He's my manservant.
Your mother, big fat cow.
Oh,
have him stand outside before I lock him up.
I was trying my Mandarin.
Sure. You've spent some time in China.
Ooh.
He looks at you, and you're like,
wait.
Right. Well, make your Mandarin roll to understand it, Freddie.
Oh.
Oh.
My God.
I bow and I go wait outside.
Okay. Right. The sheriff's like, well, you know how to speak their lingo, I guess.
You have to keep your servants in check.
I can tell you're a man who can get things done. Say, how would you like to take a bounty?
I'm just a simple undertaker. How much are we talking about here?
Well, $100, I reckon.
I have no idea how much that is, but yeah.
Are you staying at the bed and breakfast?
We are.
Don't worry, I'll have it credited to there.
So what am I doing?
We need this boy brought in alive for justice.
I thought he already is alive.
Yes, but he's not in my jail cell.
Oh, isn't he? Where is he then?
Well, back on his ranch, surrounded by 30 or 40 hard men with rifles and shotguns, possibly dynamite. You know, the usual. Here you go. I'm going to deputize you. He comes over and pins on a star. There you go. And here's the notice of the bounty. You go ahead and keep that, and we'll make sure that the bed and breakfast gets paid that, because I don't have any cash on me. So, good luck. You must be a hell of a man to take on so many hardened people.
I'm the Undertaker.
I see. Well, let's hope you don't need one. Good luck.
I go outside.
Freddy's standing there. There's some kids fucking looking at him like.
So apparently I'm a deputy now.
He's got a star on and everything.
Congratulations, deputy.
He's really, really into the accent. One of the kids are like, why does he smell like a horse? They all do, stupid.
I take it off.
You don't want to go look? Well, come with me. Confucius say ears on walls.
God damn it.
He's not good at this. All right, you guys head off. Where to?
Bed and breakfast.
All right, you guys go back to the bed and breakfast, and the guy opens the door and he says, "Oh, are you staying? Are you staying tonight, sir?" All right. He says, "Your Chinaman can stay out in the barn."
Oh, me servant. Me stay with master.
No, he says. We've never had any Chinamen or Spaniards in here, and we're not starting tonight.
Can he see to me until it's time for retiring, and then he goes to the barn?
Give me a fast talk roll, because they're not thrilled about having him in here dirtying up their fine home, because they have a sense of racism that they need to preserve.
That'll be fine.
Oh, all right. Well, as long as he wipes his feet.
Okay, wipe your feet.
I wipe my feet.
No problem. You get a room and whatnot. The rooms look pretty much exactly the same, except like a little bit more old style.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can they,
Yeah.
What do you...
That escalated quick.
Well, I needed to know what would happen if the what people had a bit of support. Now we clearly know they're hated.
Well, yeah. They're obviously using their power to do whatever they want and get away with it, so
yeah,
people are going to hate
them. And they're going to do it again and again every day.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, do we really even want to bother with this?
Probably not.
Again tomorrow.
Well, even if that's not the case, the fact is I don't really want to go up against 40
Yeah. Well, we don't have to go against 40-odd people. We know where he'll be tomorrow. We know what he'll do. We know where he'll run out of. We can literally just wait for him outside and grab him.
Are we completely 100% sure this is the same as Burlington, though, that it does indeed reset?
Yes, it resets.
So this played out exactly the same last time?
Well, last time we interacted with him. The first time it played out exactly like this, minus them chasing me. The second time, Mildred pissed him off. And then we gambled with him. I won. He got angry, accused me of cheating, tried to shoot me, and then we ran away. And then he ran off with his people. So yeah, pretty much every time, the same thing happens. We shoot someone.
Well, okay. It's a good test. I'll wake up in the morning. We'll see if I still got my deputy badge.
I probably won't, but okay.
Probably won't. Like you said, if it's right and it's indeed things are going to reset, then that will disappear. Then we know it's not going to go down. So, okay. Is there anything else we want to deal with tonight before we? The only thing
Yeah. By the way, you might want to heal yourself.
No. Oh, sorry, am I crunching?
No, you might want to heal yourself.
From what?
You took damage earlier, remember? When you went swimming?
You're not anymore.
Oh, did you heal yourself? Oh.
No, I naturally heal.
Oh, of course you do. I thought you did that.
He likes the
5
pain.
minutes. 5 minutes. That's what
Nice.
it would have. Yeah,
All right.
very handy.
So yeah, what were you saying?
No, I was going to say something that Matt knows, but Kenny wouldn't know, so that would be metagame. So
Okay.
it's a theory.
I mean,
It's a theory.
Okay.
But we'll see. It's all take
And
time.
we're also looking for the next gate to the next
Yes.
level.
Yeah, no. Okay, I think we have a get sleep, get up early, and we'll just do a bit more exploring tomorrow. Let's find out what else is around here, because it'd be interesting if we can find any more gates going further down.
All right, Logan, I ignore the lady's instructions and we'll go to sleep.
Right.
And
Kinley getting sleep is fine, but if you refuse to leave, they're going to get the sheriff.
One moment, madam. I close the door, rummage around a little, take my mustache off, take all the makeup off, and say,
They're just
hello.
pounding on the door.
I open the door. Hello. Room for one more, please.
Hold on a second. Oh my God, he's disguised himself as one of us! Get the sheriff!
I grab her and pull her into the room.
You hear the husband rushing off.
Hey.
The wife's like, ah! Rape! Rape! She screams. She looks at Kinley, hopefully.
All right.
Not that kind of hopefully. And, right, there's a lot of screaming and thrashing going on.
You better. What are you doing?
Oh, okay. Ma'am, I'm not a Chinaman.
Ah! They can make themselves look like whatever they want. Ah!
He's gone crazy.
Ah!
He's got that Chinaman disease.
She screams even louder. She's trying to flee unless you want to keep her here. You're thinking that it's only a matter of time before the sheriff and probably another lynch mob show up. Racism of the Old West.
I'm sleeping outside.
Oh, you think you're well beyond that.
Yeah. All right. I'll let her go.
She rushes away screaming, ah, rape, rape.
I run out as well.
I'm gonna just trump. I'm gonna trump.
Which trump do you want to use?
My doghouse.
Of course.
I'll sleep.
That trump's broken. Trump is broken.
Oh, it broke? Okay.
Yep. Something happened to it. Which Trump next? Oh shit! You think you hear running in the distance?
Because it worked last time.
It totally did.
Okay, fine.
Someone's fucked with your doghouse.
Yeah, someone's fucked.
Well.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just checking my drums. I will go to the Golden Wattle Trump Arrival room.
Right. Give me a super easy luck roll. For you, don't roll a double lot, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
No problem. Kinley, the sheriff wants you to come back to this after they search around for the Chinaman. Oh my God, he shed part of his skin.
He went crazy. He had got the Chinaman disease.
Give me a fast talk roll, Kinley. This may actually work. They believe the worst about anybody who's not them. And since they have no railroad here, there's no reason for Chinese people, apparently, in their minds.
Yeah, I made my fast talk.
My God. Well, you realize if he kills and rapes anybody, you're going to be responsible for bringing him here, sir.
I'll hunt him down.
That's what I like to hear. Him, you don't have to bring in alive. You understand?
Of course.
All right. I'll even give you $20 for him, alive or dead.
That's generous.
Well, thank you, sir. And he says, well, are you going to take off for the Watts place tonight?
Oh no, I'll do it in the morning.
All right. Probably better riding in the morning. He heads
Uh-huh.
off. No problem. Let's see. Freddie, meanwhile, you watch the Keepers of the Flame with their ridiculous penis-shaped badges and their candles around their hats with the red gems that look like flames, yelling in their ritualized things. And then they break into song.
That was one of the best things I ever did.
I just walk past and say, good work, gentlemen. Keep it up.
They keep up. And, right.
I go downstairs and I sleep in the room.
You
in the
are
basement.
down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the teleport in room is in the basement.
Yeah, that's my man, yeah.
All right. No problem. A person comes in, and this is what she looks like. Nope. Hold on a second. Because things happen everywhere you go. Although I will make this quick because you gotta keep the party together. In a super awkward moment, this Oriental featured lady comes in and she says, where are the other two? There's always three of you.
Yeah, we had to split up momentarily.
Okay. My name's Banff. I'm the new manager of the Golden Wattle. So if you need anything, you let me know.
What happened to Zaki?
Russell and Rad fired him.
Oh, I see. Okay, and are you taking over the Coliseum then and all that?
Russell and Rad was believed that the business plan was very poor.
I see. So that's no longer happening.
Apparently, I don't know what Zyke's doing. He is currently back at the embassy. If you want to go check with your point of contact, Qatar Balar. Yes.
Okay. Did Rastin mention anything else?
About you or for you? No.
Besides you?
I am not at liberty to discuss his business dealings. Pardon?
Anything that we need to know?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
Certainly. If you need anything, you can contact Kathy.
Kathy is?
She is the German biker lady who is now working here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, she is unhappy that she is still here and wants to go home. Something about a husband or something.
Your name was Banff, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Freddie. Nice to meet you.
Yes, if you burn down this place, I will have you dealt with. If you set any small fires, you will experience new pains.
I understand.
Very good. I don't have the manpower to put your normal contingent of guards on you.
I'll only be here for the night.
Yes. She just turns and leaves.
Good night.
No problem. The rooms are comfortable. They're not like sumptuous or anything. Nobody's really put any effort into making them anything more than a basic crash pad. But for one night, it's better than a barn.
Yep.
In the morning, you guys wake up in separate places.
I'm gonna contact Kinley on the bracelet thing.
You begin to feel your wrist vibrating, and you're wondering if it's some young lady has got hold of it and is trying to use it to pleasure herself with.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he doesn't carry those. Sorry.
Does he hear the vibration coming from his wardrobe?
No, he doesn't
carry one.
He doesn't have one. No.
How do you post on the boards then?
One of my minions has one.
Mhm.
That's
Yes.
why it always is the second person.
He goes and tortures random NPCs and makes them do shit for him because that's the kind of guy he is.
Wait.
Yeah, if only you had some way of contacting him. Oh well. You wake up. You're in Burlington. It's a nice day. There's a basin of water on a tall table. There's a wardrobe. There's a chair with cowboy clothes, plaid shirt, bowler hat, and suspenders, and chaps, boots.
Question: is this the same as the other place as far as the magic and tech and all of that goes?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that probably wouldn't work anyway. Do I have the badge that the sheriff gave me the night before?
Nope.
Yes. There you go. Right. I pull out the trump of Freddy that I still have in my Rolodex.
All right.
I answer the call.
All right. You see him sitting in bed, and the sheet is just low enough where it's barely hiding anything, and because he hasn't bothered to even get out of bed. He's just like calling you from bed, like, "Hi, what am I wearing?" You say, that kind of thing, and you're like, "Oh Jesus, I'm gonna have to see his cock again."
That's fine. I'm used to seeing his cock.
You really are.
Yeah, I reached through for him to pull me.
He says actually it was one hand, sorry.
Yep.
All right, and you're in his room. He's still in bed. He's apparently having a long morning of it.
So, no more deputy, huh?
No, it's all reset. So you're right.
Okay.
Which is good. I don't want to go and deal with 40 men.
Yeah. Alright, well, get dressed and I'll meet you downstairs.
Great. I go to my cupboard, I get my robe out.
Don't want to wear cowboy clothes? Boots?
Nope.
You don't like cowboy boots?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, you get all your dressed up and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, Freddy's hand. Jesus, this thing needs to be taxidermied or treated or something. It's starting to smell just a wee bit.
Oh yeah, damn.
If only you had taxidermy skill and some stuff to deal with.
Don't you have necromancy that can do that?
No, magic doesn't work here though. Lasting magic.
Oh yeah.
I do have taxidermy, I'm sure of it. Not very high, but
if you go to somewhere where you can get supplies, you can try it out.
I go and get supplies for taxidermy.
No problem. They charge you all to bed and breakfast. The lady greets you as though nothing odd happened at all last night.
Good.
You get to eat bacon. In fact, she greets Freddy that way too, because yeah. And you guys eat a nice breakfast if you want, and then go over and get taxidermy stuff. And pretty much, you're kind of doing it in a rough and ready type place where you've got, like borrowed table and shit. And you're like, hey, let's see if we can do this here. And go ahead and you get one shot at it. If it fails, then you can get some formaldehyde and just put it in there. You're down to the jar of formaldehyde with a hand in it if you want to keep it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in the jar of formaldehyde.
I'll get some cowboy clothes for this zone. I'll go to long clothing store.
Long clothing hooks you right the fuck up. You are dressed now as a cowboy.
Nice. Cool. All right, Henry. Shall we get back to our exploration?
Yes.
Since we have we have until tonight.
Keep one note. If you're wanting to do the cow thing today, you will need some time to do that.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, well, it's up to Matt if he wants to go do that now or explore both.
I mean, you could do the cow thing and then come back if you want to do that as well. There's nothing that you guys are pretty much able to travel lots of different places if you feel like it.
I'm kind of cool with the checking all these places out at the moment. So
okay.
For me,
okay. Can we go to a stable and hire some horses?
Yeah, they tell you they'll charge it over to the bed and breakfast. You get a couple of big horses and stuff, and you're ready to rock.
I want to ask the stable boy or whoever to help me with my horse since I'm not an experienced rider?
They notice that you have a hook for a hand. They give you a pretty fucking docile horse that will actually give you a small bonus to your riding. However, the hook may freak it out, so they suggest keeping the hook away from it. Shows Freddy gouging outside.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, you guys are great. You're at a plus 10% on this horse. It is a fucking. They do have worse horses. This is just a mild-tempered horse. Kinley, they gave a big fucking powerful, like, yes, don't fuck with me, that kind of horse, because they figure he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He goes up and he's like, I love you. And horse is like, I will tolerate this behavior.
Animal empathy horse.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The horse is like,
What the hell is this?
I have a commitment with horses.
All right. Well, let me try and make friends with my horse. Oh, my horse likes me.
yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So I now attempt the all-important riding roll.
Yeah, you're up to plus 20. This is you've made friends with the very mild-tempered horse.
Ah.
Pretty much the only thing that you're able to do is hold on and have Kinley physically holding the reins and lead you around like you're on a fucking children's ride. That's it. That's where you're. That's about as good as it's going to get for you.
That's sorted out.
Kinley's like, and his horse is like, let us crush your enemies.
Yeah, it's good horse. Good horse.
I forgot. How'd you get the horse empathy thing? Oh, that's right. You were trying to figure out how a horse was feeling and shit one time, weren't you? Fucking weird skill buildup. All right.
Check the. I'm giving him the directions since I can't ride.
Right.
And I tell him to go north.
All right. You guys head out on Bayview Lane. Again, everything's pretty much dirt roads. Okay. Now, out in the bay is anchored. Oops, hold on, I've got this too big.
I actually have animal empathy and handling for Crow as well because of the amulet.
Because of the what?
The amulet. I got the skills and I was building them up because of the amulet.
Were you using skill whoring on this shit?
Yeah.
Figures. All right. Out in the bay, you see this very large ship is anchored. And it looks like they've got the normal kind of dirty docks and stuff like that. And the people working here. And you see the harbor master looks like. Do you guys see the picture of the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. And the harbor master looks like this. And they have various boats and such here. It looks like, one of the boats. No, never mind.
Does one of the boats have the word
Nope.
Bad Wolf written on it?
Nope. It looks like the boat anchored out in the bay, though, is called the Lee Key. It looks like it's out of China.
How do you spell that?
Lee space Key.
Okay. So one of the boats, instead of the Bad Wolf, it's called the Lee Key.
No. The Bad Wolf boat was one of the ones that's tied up on the docks and stuff. The Lee Key is the big tri-masted boat that you saw the picture of out in the water.
And the Bad Wolf boat is here and in 1950s.
Yes, but it doesn't have Bad Wolf on it here.
Doesn't have that. Okay.
They do have a shop for fishing supplies and such called the Master Baiter.